Hey everyone, welcome to another Tyranid Tactica video. I know it's been a long time since we've done one of these videos, but with 9th edition, expect a whole new host of Tactica videos coming your way for the Tyranid Faction. So this video is going to kick us off. This video is all about what to expect when starting a Tyranid army. So this isn't a full overview of each unit itself within the faction, but just a few points I want to mention to newer players to help encourage you to continue on with the Tyranid Faction. There will be future Tyranid Tactica videos all about what units to use, what is effective, what is not so effective, and also a thought process on building a 1500 point and 2000 point list. So let's dive into it. The first point, and not to start off on a negative note, but believe me, there are tons of positive to this, so hear me out. The Tyranids are a hard army to play, but in saying that, they are incredibly rewarding as well. They're going to teach you a lot about the game and make you really think about how you're going to plan out your army as well as the strategies. So in saying that, a positive attitude when starting Tyranids is crucial. Don't get discouraged if you lose the first few games. Sit back, think about what went wrong, and figure out how you can go from there. Taking the time to learn from your mistakes is very important, not just with Tyranids, but with every faction in Warhammer. It's going to be an uphill battle depending on who you're playing against. Tyranids at this point aren't the strongest army out there, but they do have a lot of tricks and strategies that are going to help them win lots of games. Again, you just need to take the time to learn your army and figure out how you're going to get that win. The second point I want to make is expect casualties. A lot of people get discouraged when they see lots and lots of models coming off the table. This isn't a bad thing with Tyranids. Depending on your particular list or your build, a lot of units are solely there just to act as a distraction unit. While they may be heavy hitting, their role is to kind of play a distraction and make your opponents focus on them. Remember, in the end, in winning in 9th edition, it's holding objectives that's going to take the win for you. So sending a lot of bugs forward to distract your opponent or pull them off objectives while your units hold objectives is going to win you the game. Circling back to my first point though, a positive attitude is crucial. So if you get a lot of units blown off the table, don't worry about it. Just chin up, keep playing, play those objectives, play smart, and you'll get your win. So moving on to the next point, and that's synergy and battlefield role. It is very important to understand this when playing Tyranids. So you need to learn to make a list that works well together. So my big example is, let's just say you're going to play a Warmonger list, which is the high fleet adaptation that gives you cover, as long as you don't advance or charge. Now, if you're going to build a Gene Stealer list using the Warmonger high fleet, it's probably not a good idea. It's not going to synergize well, and the role of the Gene Stealers doesn't really fit this particular high fleet. So you need to think about some other ideas that is going to work well together. One strategy I really like, and I'm going to do a more in-depth video in the future, is the twin acid spray Tyranofex with the Dermic Symbiosis high fleet adaptation. Adaptive physiology. There's so many terms. Combined with the Malanthrope with the Leviathan high fleet. This makes a very tough unit that can hold the center of the table and take out a wide variety of units. They're decently okay at chewing through some tanks with some combined fire, but they're very good at chewing through lots of infantry and even elite units. One other thing you need to think about is planning out your strategy before the mission starts. Remember, objectives win matches. Choosing strong secondaries that fit with your army build will help you win the game. For example, I started using strategy using Lictors and using the Deploy Scrambler secondary objective. This has worked out very well for me in that the Lictors work as a strong distraction unit that the opponent has to focus on, even though the Lictor's not a huge threat, and the Lictor's going to score me those secondary points. Now, a smart opponent is going to zone out the Lictor, but if you're able to distract him enough or pull him away from a particular spot, the Lictor can pop out and grab you then a nice easy secondary. This is just one example from a wide variety of different builds you can use to get secondaries. And if you play just to kill, honestly, you'll probably result in a loss. Objectives, as I mentioned a few times already, are key to winning in 9th edition. So building your list around that is what's going to win you games. There are all kinds of strategies and combos out there with Tyranids that can lead to success. So don't be afraid to experiment. Personally, I like using Raveners, so I've used them a bit as kind of a distraction unit to go through. While they're not the best and they may not have performed as well as some other units, I had fun using them, and I also still was able to use them to to fulfill their role, which was, again, to cause disruption and take my opponent off of the objective. So again, don't be afraid to experiment. There's all kinds of units to choose from in the Tyranid faction. The other thing, moving to our next point, is don't be afraid to ask for help. So especially from your opponent. If you have a good opponent that's experienced, they shouldn't mind offering some advice or the thought process behind each of their moves as well. You can learn quite a bit from not just focusing on your Tyranid faction, but also the different factions out there as well. I know they don't play exactly the same, but the idea on a whole is relatively similar. If they're making particular moves, you can understand why they did it, and then perhaps you can replicate a similar move with your own Tyranids. And also from the community as well. Don't be afraid to reach out, put it out there. If you're struggling, there's all kinds of different platforms where you can talk to like-minded players for advice and kind of give some feedback as well on what's going on. For example here, if you have any questions about the Tyranid faction, please leave a comment below and I'd love to help you out. I've been playing them for a while. I'm definitely by no means a professional, but I've been playing Tyranids since 2012, and I'd like to think I have a general idea of how to play the faction. But again, even I reach out to all kinds of different individuals on strategies. For example, I frequent a forum called the Tyranid Hive. There's tons of experienced players there who have been playing much longer than me and have competed in all kinds of tournaments. So I often just go through there, see how they perform, check out some list ideas, and it can help give some ideas and inspire me to create a different variety of lists, or perhaps things I hadn't thought about. And lastly, have fun and enjoy the game. I know it's a little cheesy, but when it comes down to it, enjoy your army that you're going to play. Tyranids are, like I said at the start, they're tough, but if you focus on a positive attitude and really learn from each battle, you'll start getting some wins, you'll start having fun. Because let's face it, there's a lot of models to paint with the Tyranid army. You want to enjoy using them on the table. And believe me, if you follow all these steps and really focus on learning the Tyranid faction, you'll get your wins, you'll have a lot of fun with them as well. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any suggestions for future Tyranid Tactica videos, leave a comment below. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe. And I have all kinds of different videos planned out for the future. So stay tuned for tons more battle reports, some new hobbyist videos, and again, loads more Tyranid Tactica coming your way. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.